Okay, welcome back to flow measurements. In this, now we will discuss in this magnetic flow meter. Now we will discuss that magnetic flow meter. Okay, in this, I'm going to giving this introduction of the magnetic flow meter. This it is an electromagnetic flow meter. We are going to measuring that volumetric volumetric flow of liquid through that flow meter, and it is not have any moving parts. So there is no for moving parts, only magnets will be there. So that's why we are going to saying that there is no moving parts, and it is ideal waste. Generally we are going to apply this magnetic flow meters for wastewater applications. Why? Because dirt will be there. Due to that dirt, other flow meters it cannot exist. That's why we are going to using particularly wastewater purposes or dirty liquid purposes, means very thick liquids for generally which is conductive or water based. Conductive liquids or water based liquids we are going to using for this particularly this magnetic one. This is generally the operation of the electromagnetic flow meter is going to be based on that working principle of Faraday's laws. What is that Faraday's laws? It is defined as that Faraday law is the voltage induced across that conductor as it moves as at a right angles through that magnetic field developed, and it is going to be proportional to that velocity of that conductor. Again I will repeat it. This electromagnetic flow meter is based on the law of Faraday's law, and it states that the voltage induced across a conductor as it moves at right angles through that magnetic field is proportional to the velocity of that conductor. It is that velocity of that conductor. Now we will see that formula of that Faraday's law. So Faraday's, what is that? E is proportional to VBD. What is E? The voltage generated in the conductor, and V is the velocity of the conductor. Okay. B is that magnetic field of the strength, and D is that length of the conductor So here we are going to observing that Faraday's formula. Faraday's formula is E is equal to V into B into D. So we know that what is E, voltage generated by the conductor, V is the velocity of the conductor, B is the magnetic field of the strength, and D is the length of the conductor. So it is we are going to taking this instance as the distance between the electrodes we are going to taking. Now we will see that what is that Faraday's law? Electromagnetic induction to determine the flow of liquid. Why we are going to consider this Faraday's law? To determine the flow of liquid in a pipe. The magnetic flow meters, the magnetic field generally developed by that liquid flowing through that pipe. Whenever liquid is going to be passing to that pipe, we are going to develop magnetic field, and then we are going to measuring that volume of the flow rate. Generally Faraday's laws follows that the flow of conductive liquid through that magnetic field will cause that a voltage signal to be sensed by that electrodes located to that walls. Now we will see that how this function will be there. Here magnet we arranged, here two electrodes we are arranged, here plastic tube will be there, and in this plastic tube flowing into that screen. So suppose mercury is going to be flowing, how much amount of liquid is going to be flowing? But top one red is shaped as North Pole, and S is that South Pole. Now we will see that the construction of this magnetic flow meter. So magnetic flow meter is directly induced that VBD. So here see that liquid product will be there in that outside. Flow of the tubes in arrows I am going to showing over there. Downside magnetic field is going to be developed and a voltage is generated through the diameter of the pipe. The magnetic field is going to be developed and voltage through that electrodes and velocity is developed by that flow. So here these things we are going to considering and we are going to measuring that velocity of the flow. Generally this velocity of the flow will be that in magnetic field we developed this magnetic flow meters. We can detect the flow conductive fluids only. Conductive fluids only means conductive fluids, very dirty fluids, very thick fluids we are going to measure. So this flowing medium generally passed through that short section only, not a very big section, very short section, and it is going to be subjected to that transverse magnetic field. Transverse magnetic field. Magnetic field or flux, and fluid motion is relative that field causes to that voltage is induced that portion of the fluid velocity, force the fluid velocity. So then electromagnetic force is developed and it is detected by that sensors, Okay, here one more thing we can observe that in this flow meter. So pitot tube, here pitot tubes also we can consider in this magnetic flow meters. Generally it will be having 0.5% to 5%. So this is that accuracy ranges. Ranges will be there, find. So that is we are going to giving that product is that square root of means this point velocity we can approach that VP. Point velocity we can approach VP is equal to C into square root of C into PT minus P divided by D, where P is that static pressure and PT is that total pressure, and C by D ratio is C by D is that ratio, constant ratio, where C is that dimensional constant and D is the density of the fluid. With this help we can measure this one, flow of fluid. See that one more this uses will be there. Generally where we are going to using this magnetic poles, refineries industries, pipeline industries, and some of the advantages and disadvantages of this magnetic flow meter. What is that? Minimum obstruction of the flow path yields minimum pressure drop. Minimum pressure drop should be there here. So otherwise we can't use, otherwise it is difficult. So minimum obstruction of flow path yields that minimum pressure drop. That is one of the good advantages for this one. We can measure this with the help of magnetic flow meter, as well as we can reverse flow and equal accuracy. Reverse flow also we can measure it with the help of magnetic flow. Low maintenance cost because of no moving parts. Yes, correct. No moving parts, this one. As well as there is no corrosive. Okay, low cost. All these things are advantages of this magnetic flow meter. One disadvantage is main, it requires electrical conductivity of fluid. If that electrical conductivity EMF is not there, it is very difficult to measure that fluid. I am showing different types of electromagnetic flow meters, so you can see that, you can observe that. Here is we can putting a flow magnets. So and then we are going to sending this differently. Okay, and this one is that different types. Okay, in this one more important point we can say that this can be used to measure that thick liquids. Okay, and we can measure it static pressure, and we can measure it total impact pressure. Means all these pressures will be developed inside of that flow meters. So generally this starting pressure will be there in the pipe or duct will be there, and then or it is exposed to the environment and upstream to the electromagnetic flow meters. So it is generally measured at right angles at the flow direction. Right angles at the flow direction, we can measure that flow of velocity or flow of speed of the liquid, and flow direction will be there. Flow direction is always right angles, and perfectly in that low turbulence location. It is a low turbulent location we can measure it. And this under this flow measurements category, we can making as accuracy in this tube. Okay, we can measure it. What is that? In a laboratory, this type of electromagnetic rotameters calibrated accuracy maximum up to 0.50%. Okay, over 4:1 range. We can measure it over 4:1 range. While that inaccuracy in the, we cannot use this industrial applications, we can use refineries, I told, and that is 1 to 2% over 10:1 percentage range. Okay, so we can bypass this errors are in the 5% range. We can bypass that. We can consider 5% as of errors in this using that electromagnetic flow meters. And it is this meters we are going to using manually. We can use manually set of flow rates, and we can adjust this flow, adjust the walls. Means we cannot adjust, means inner side when pipe walls will be there, that we can adjust, but we cannot adjust that magnets. Okay, that is one of the advantage for us. So this operating conditions is we can unaltered, and as well as repeatable, and every within 0.25% of actual flow rate size. Actual flow rate size. So here vibrations and variations will not be there, and most sensitive element in this is magnets. We can develop that. If that magnet will be fails, we cannot use that one. Okay, rotameters with help of these things. So generally it is sensitive, and viscosity effects will be there. The limitations of design will be the complicated, and the manufacturers design of the attachment and finding out of this magnets is somewhat little bit difficult. So with this flow meters is completed. Next class we can discuss another chapter. Thank you.